Lies upon lies and even more lies. Honestly, at this point, PURITO, I don't know who to trust. So in this very disappointing video, I will actually talk about the scandal that was this PURITO unscented green level sunscreen that I really just loved in general. And then I'm actually going to talk about why we shouldn't be discriminating all of our Korean sunscreens and all of our Korean skincare brands in general. I'm also going to be giving you my personal experience with this sunscreen and why I actually kind of predicted, but not really, that PURITO was actually lying about the SPF in the bottle of this. And lastly, of course, I'm going to give you some alternatives because after I'm done with this video, we're all going to be collectively just trashing this in the bin as soon as we're done. Guys, to be honest, I wasn't even planning on filming a video today, but I just had to come on camera because truly the scandal that took the skincare community to a storm. We have to address this.
No one's arguing. We're just addressing some issues.
Get your I'm about to say there.
Now, if you're not aware, the PURITO Green Level Unscented, or the scented version that I have right here, sunscreen, is one of my all-time favorites, used to be at least, one of my all-time favorite sunscreens. It is so lightweight, so juicy, and it feels just amazing on the skin, and giving SPF 50, it was just mind-blowing. But apparently now, we know from Insta, which if you don't know, they're basically an Instagram account where they basically just help us decode the ingredient list of some of the most popular skincare products. They actually dropped a little post exposing PURITO.
I sensed tension and came as fast as I could.
They're actually saying that PURITO is lying about the SPF in this. It's not 50, but it actually turns out to be SPF 19. That is such a drop, and it's so unethical, especially in a sunscreen, which is a product that we're really just relying on. Because if you're doing all your skincare routine is on point, but then you step outside without a good sunscreen protection, it's basically just all gone to death. So it's really important. If you don't have a sunscreen, there's no point in you having a skincare routine at all. Furthermore, sunscreens are considered to be a drug, so it's really important that they are backed up by studies and scientific proof. PURITO to really lie about a sunscreen is something just out of this world. But anyways, let's just explore the post. So they actually carried out 2 independent individual in vivo studies. Now, this is actually very important because there are 2 ways of studies. Some can be independent, therefore no association at all with the brand that actually made the product, in this case PURITO, and others can be funded by the brand itself. So of course, if the study is going to be funded by the brand, there is going to be some sort of bias. There shouldn't be, but unfortunately with money comes bias. There are some scientists that are going to be corrupt, just like in any industry. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But so since this is independent, there is no reason for them to lie. Furthermore, this was in vivo, so there's in vitro, which is in a lab setting. So in vitro doesn't necessarily relate to in real life, because in vitro basically means just skin cells on a petri dish and then in an environment that is controlled in the lab, but that doesn't necessarily equate to the real life world because we're not skin cells in a petri dish, we're a human being, a body.
I'm telling you, as a human being, it is weird.
So it's really important that they're in vivo, especially for a sunscreen. So really, this study is going to be the most accurate and most proof that we can get. And so the irony of it all is that PURITO claims on the bottle that it is SPF 50 plus, but actually the brand itself is claiming that it's supposed to be SPF 84. So, I mean, it's supposed to be an amazing SPF, but it turns out to be that it's actually only around SPF 19 after having carried out 2 independent studies. The first one was done in Poland with 10 people in a lab. The second one was done in a German lab, again with 5 people in vivo. Now, the sample size of these 2 studies was very limited, I am aware, only 15 people in total. However, this was an independent studies and backed and funded by the Insta, so they wouldn't have that much funding. So we have to understand. But that doesn't mean that it's not accurate. Now, if I have to take it a step back and just basically onto my experience with this sunscreen, I have to say I was shocked about this claim, but not as much as I thought I would be, just because I had this one instance. Basically, on the daily basis, whenever I use this, I actually love it. It is so lightweight. It doesn't feel like it is a sunscreen at all. It literally feels more like a lotion. But there was this one instance where I had a really damaged skin barrier because I did a little bit too much of over exfoliation. I will admit, like right now my skin is a little bit damaged as well, and that is not because of exfoliation, but it's because I'm actually switching up the dosage of my tretinoin. So it was actually on a 0.015 and now I turned it up to a 0.025. So this one time my skin was very inflamed and red, and I had to get in the car to visit my grandparents, like around a 1.5-hour road trip. We all know the car is very dangerous if you don't wear sunscreen because you're literally exposed 100% of the time to UV rays. So I thought, let me put this on, coat myself very well. Actually, my skin got so red, so inflamed, so I basically got a sunburn. I was not kidding. When I arrived to my grandparents' house, my skin was burning. The point is, it got me questioning on the SPF of this. Because if it truly was SPF 50, there really wouldn't have been no reason for me to actually get really inflamed skin. I applied a really good amount of sunscreen for only an hour and a half in the car, so there wouldn't have been any need for reapplying. So really, I kind of carried out a test on my own, and I didn't give it that much pressure because I thought, okay, it's this one-of-a-time experience. It must have been something else. It really had me thinking. And when I read this study, I thought, that is why my skin got red and inflamed. PURITO, baby, you know that I love you. I love your Centella Asiatica serums. But if you're lying on something so important like a sunscreen, it gets me questioning on the whole ethical and ethics around your brand. If you're lying to us about a sunscreen, what's stopping you from lying to us about everything else in your brand and in your line? So about like the serums, about like the cleansers.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
My trust for you has been shattered down. We all know that once trust is gone, it is very, very hard to get it back. It is just like losing your virginity. Once you have lost it once, you can never get it back. Unless you're like me and you haven't had sex for 2 years, then in that case, it's slowly, you know, the cobwebs start forming, the jungle and the bushes start reforming and really creating a barrier, kind of like in the Sleeping Beauty story, you know, like the really high bushes that King Arthur, I think it was, someone had to really scavenge through in order to get to Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. That is what is happening right now, but unless you're like that and you wait 2 years, then it hardly will ever come back. So as for now, unfortunately, PURITO, you're cancelled, just like Mario Badescu, Saint Eves, Kylie Skin, and all them other disgusting you're one of them. You're one of the scum of the skincare. You happy now?
What? I love garbage.
Before I get into giving you some suggestions of some sunscreen that you might like and you might enjoy and try out, since we're basically just all collectively throwing this in the trash as soon as I'm done with this video, I actually want to talk a little bit about sunscreens in Korea in general. Just because PURITO is lying about their SPF and their SPF filters are not as effective as they say they are, that doesn't mean that we should make a generalization for every Korean skincare brand. Just because one apple in the bunch is rotten doesn't mean that all the apples are. So let's not trash Korean skincare in general completely, okay? Let's not go mad for that. Let's just focus on trashing PURITO. But I will still be loving all the other Korean skincare brands because otherwise that would be racist. It would be skincare racism. And we ain't about to do that right here.
Not on my watch.
So now let me give you a few alternatives of the sunscreens that I really love. I would go and get them all individually, but I'm lazy like that, so you'll just have to do with me popping a picture right here, okay? So the first one is actually going to be from the Inculus. The name of it specifically is SPF 30 sunscreen, 100% mineral UVA filters. It is a physical sunscreen, but it actually is very lightweight and it doesn't give me a white cast. Again, the Inculus is an amazing brand that I really love. I prefer it to The Ordinary, so this is an amazing sunscreen. Another one that I love is Color Science. Now, they are a little bit bougie and expensive, but first of all, I love their sunscreen that is actually the powdered one that actually has, you know, a tinted SPF. That one is great for the makeup, like applying on top of makeup and like reapplying if you do have makeup, but I don't usually wear a full face of makeup, so I don't gravitate to that at all. The one that I really like is specifically the Total Protection Face Shield SPF 50. That is amazing. Again, you can get it tinted. It is lightweight. It is great. Love it. Now this, of course, has to be in the list. The Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen. This is a chemical sunscreen, super lightweight, gorgeous. Actually, guys, skincare copied the exact same ingredient list as the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen, so that just tells us how good it is. We know that you only rip off from the best. You don't rip off a bad sunscreen, so that just gives us the idea of it. It is chemical, so also great for POCs. Speaking of POCs, another great sunscreen for darker skin tones is the Black Girl Sunscreen SPF 30, I think it is. Yeah, love it. It is a chemical once again, so super lightweight, leaving no white cast. I mean, it basically just makes sense. Black Girl Sunscreen. It's made for darker skin tones, a black owned business, so we definitely support it. Period. Another one is the La Roche-Posay sunscreens. All the La Roche-Posay sunscreens in general, whether it would be the Antelitosolos, I have no idea of how to pronounce the name. I don't even know the name of that sunscreen. La Roche-Posay, could you not please make it easier for us girlies simpletons to pronounce your names of the products? Because every time I basically have a stroke trying to pronounce your names. But the 50 SPF or the 60 SPF, mwah, both amazing. We love them. Again, a little bit expensive, but definitely worth it. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, it is going to be the Ultra MD SPF, which that actually contains niacinamide on a 3%, so you're also getting niacinamide in your skin routine and your sunscreen all at once. Done deal. Said it. It's amazing. So anyways, guys, I don't know what to say really. I'm shocked. I hope that PURITO has something to say about this and they don't just sweep it under the rug, because honestly, I don't think even apologizing is gonna do anything, because really you're just lying to us about something so important as a sunscreen. To think about all the times that I went out in the Italian weather.
From Brooklyn, I'm Italian.
I'm getting closer to the camera because I'm getting excited. Like, not excited in a good way, but excited in the way like the adrenaline that you get before you decide to kill a person, right? Yeah, the kind of adrenaline the murderers run on. Yeah, same adrenaline as that. To think about all the times that you made me go outside in the Italian weather.
Strong Italian female.
With the Italian sun.
Yes, well, I'm an Italian woman.
I have to sue. Stop. Absolutely not. Disgusting. And to all the people that were questioning this sunscreen because they were saying it's too lightweight to have SPF 50, it doesn't add up. You were right. You were right. Honestly, when something seems too good to be true, most of the time it is too good to be true. So just goodbye. Absolutely. PURITO, you're over. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about all this scandal, because I definitely want to know your thoughts down below in the comments. So let me know. Are you still going to support PURITO, or is she cancelled along with the Mario Badescu's Desay Knives and the Kylie Skin of the skincare? Anyways, ma'am, this was a video to tell my mind, maybe interest you into joining the family. All you have to do is literally subscribe to the backends and don't miss any uploads, because I slowly tell you, we're all about fighting acne, wrinkles, and balance, and getting your skincare down to the T. And of course, when there is shade to be thrown and tea to be sipped, we are gonna be front line and center in the drama, because we love the drama, honey, okay?
I don't like drama, you know, I'm all about sex. It's much better. At least you are not hurting anybody.
So definitely, if this sounds like your thing, make sure you join it, because we'd love to hear you. Mwah. You can also follow me on my Instagram and on my TikTok, both of them around, and there's a lot more skincare you won't see here that you are gonna see there. And you can just so further on bond and just become even more kiki and friends and be on your feed even more, which I know that is what you want. So definitely give me a follow over there. And after random, so we're still watching, you know what time it is now? It's time for the time word of the video. And since the video was all about this disgusting, let me grab it, PURITO Centella Green Level Sunscreen, the Italian word of the video is going to be schifoso, vergogna, which is shame, bugie, which is lies in Italian. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? You're not gonna click on this video. What you need to do is click whatever this video right here, just as informative, informational, whatever this video is for you. But while doing that, remember to random and always random. And I swear you need to click one of these two videos, or I will put you at the very bottom of the pyramid that is the food chain of skincare. If you don't want to be at the very bottom, along with the scum of PURITO, you need to click one of these two videos.